my glasses off so that you don't get the glare. Hi guys, it's me. Hello, welcome. This is the first video that I've done on a real camera. So I'm shooting on my Sony a6300. Well, I'm not shooting. Christopher, the love of my life, is shooting on the Sony a6300. And I'm gonna do a plant tour. My room is a mess because it's the central hub of my Etsy shop, basically. I also have, I think, probably 50 plants in Oregon at my mom's house, and we run the shop together. So I'm just going to give you a tour. I'll start with this one because you just watched an unboxing on it. Like, actually I don't know when this video is coming out, but I made an unboxing and this will be probably 2 videos ago for you. This is a Philodendron Billietiae. He's beautiful and gorgeous, and the back of this leaf is red. I don't know if you can see it on the camera if it comes through very well, but I really like his really crinkled leaves. They're really nice. This one is the more mature Billietiae that I have. I'll show you my other one in a second. We're going to go in order from left to right so that I don't forget anything. Okay, so then over here I have a Hoya carnosa compacta, and it actually has a peduncle right here.
Peduncle?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a peduncle. So this little doohickey is called a peduncle, and that's where it will flower. And everyone's always excited for their Hoyas to have peduncles, and honestly I thought that this wasn't gonna make it. It was one of the very first plants I ever bought at Lowe's, and they were freaking keeping it in a glass of water, and I was like, what are you doing? So then I have this Haworthia. I don't know what kind it is, but it is a variegated Haworthia. It has these beautiful white streaks on it, and then it has some babies, like we're getting some more babies right here, but here is one that's not variegated, but this one is just so variegated. Like that leaf right there is just so pretty, so it makes me really happy. It's one of the only succulents that I have because everyone really likes succulents, but I really don't like succulents. Okay, oh my god, I just punched my pothos. This is a really dirty Dischidia. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is because I don't know. I think it's a Dischidia ovata, but I got it from Jungle Portland Northwest's plant sale when she was moving out of her house. This whole new growth right here is all brand new. It really likes my window. Oh, and I have a north-facing window. I feel like that's important to mention. I have this Snow Queen pothos. I genuinely do not enjoy pothos. That's so hard because I really like my Cebu blue pothos. And the Snow Queen I really like a lot too. But most other pothos, I just don't enjoy them. I just think that you can find them everywhere. And my love of plants stems from the hunt of hunting down a really rare specimen. They have this amazing, this one in particular has just this amazing blazing white leaves. And it kind of mimics a variegated Monstera a little bit. But yeah, if you keep them in the sun, then they stay white. Mine's turning a little bit more green, as you can see on this leaf, because of my north-facing window, but that's okay. She's still cute. So these are Camposportoanum Philodendron. They are super cool. It's called a supermorphing philodendron, which basically means that the leaf shape over time changes significantly, and the color changes significantly. I think that this is the best one to show you. So here we have this leaf, which has very red tinges. Is the camera picking that up okay?
Yeah.
Which has red tinges and almost like a sparkle to it. And then you have the next leaf, which gets a little bit darker and kind of fills in a little bit. But then you have this one, which I can only assume was cut off because it had a bacterial infection. But you can see that between the first version and this is the third version, it develops these ears. And eventually over time it comes out to like a Tesla T shape. So that will be really cool to see. This is a silver satin pothos mixed with the silver satin pothos argyrius. I know that this kind has a name. Yeah, so this one's argyrius, and this one, I can't remember. It's like the next step up. But I planted them in the same pot because I really like how they look together and how one side of the pot over here looks much different than this side of the pot over here. and you can totally tell that the freckling is a lot less uniform and random in these leaves, and it's smaller than the leaves over here, and that's just really exciting because it's fun to watch the new leaves come out and for them to just look so different from each other. So these are my Ceropegia woodii variegata. This one is more in the sun, so you can see that the back of the leaf is a lot more pink than, for example, on this one, where the back of the leaf is just white because this one's not in the sun. This is a very high demand plant right now. Everyone seems to want them. I was lucky enough, I found that this one at Lowe's. I got it for $6, and then this one I paid $18.95 for from a nursery. So the difference in getting it at a big box store versus at a regular nursery is just tremendous, and then getting it off of Etsy or eBay even is just so much more expensive. So this is my Ceropegia woodii. I don't know the species name. I think it's just emerald green, but basically it's really light green, but instead of a purple back, it's kind of like a frosted green back. These ones seem to also be pretty common because most people can only find kind of the purple ones and not just the regular green ones. This one I got from Anthurium Botanicals for $12. So that was a really cool find. I have so many of my plants that are from them. So here is another pothos. I don't know the kind of this one. I think it's like a manhula, but I'm not sure. It's got some spots reverting, obviously, because I have a north-facing window, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. He's not in a priority spot for light because I am prioritizing all of my monsteras right now, and they're doing fine. But this one leaf right here is just what made me buy this plant, this leaf. I just think that that is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, and I just absolutely love it. And this one right here is a really good leaf too. I just think that that's beautiful. This is my fantastic string of turtles. I also got this from Anthurium Botanicals for $12. It sounds really expensive for just a 2-inch pot, but this plant is really hard to come by right now. Every time I look at it, I feel like it's grown another couple of leaves on the bottom, and as the leaves get more matured, they look more and more like a turtle shell. I think that this is technically called a Peperomia Prostrata. So here are my two Monstera Sp Perus. This one I got from Thailand, and I cut it all the way back because I am propagating a bunch of stuff for my Etsy shop. And this one got a bacteria sickness because I touched a bunch of my plants and then touched that plant, and one of them had a bacteria, and I lost a whole bunch of leaves from all of my different plants to it, and it was really sad. But everything's better now. As you can see, he's growing a new leaf stick. He's just spiking out of there, so I'm really excited for Naomi Planter to add him to the One Leaf Club. So this is a Silvery Ann, Scindapsus pictus Silvery Ann. It has a unpredictable pattern. I think that this is my favorite leaf, and this one is having a really hard time coming out, so hopefully she figures it out soon. But I love her. She is in the same family as the other two that I already showed you, and she's just super cute. I heard that one of my friends who follows me in Australia spent $180 on their Silvery Ann, so I got mine for $12. I feel very fortunate to have plants readily available in America. This is a really underrated plant. It's one of my favorite plants that I own. This is the variegated aluminum plant. It has just this gorgeous, unstable variegation, and I think that this is my favorite leaf. It's pure white, and it's just like the most phenomenal thing I've ever seen in my life. But it almost kind of marbles like a Monstera albo, which is just why I love it so much. I've never seen anyone else sell it. I've never seen any pictures of it on the internet or seen anyone else own one. I just think it's the coolest plant in the world, and it's one of my first plants. So this is Senecio macroglossius. Nick Pileggi has been giving it a lot of attention, but I had it before Nick Pileggi. It has these really pretty, like almost completely white leaves, and it's like a wax ivy, so it's a succulent plant. You don't have to water it too much, and it doesn't attract spider mites. I thought this plant was a couple different things before I actually figured out what it actually was. For a while I thought it was a beaver tail cactus because that's what it was labeled in the pot that I bought, and then I found out that it was a wax ivy. So she's one of my favorite plants, one of my very first plants ever, and I just think it's really beautiful. This is the Philodendron Gloriosum. It is a very tiny Gloriosum, a little baby guy, and it is fighting for the sunlight, as you can see right now. It really wants to be all in front of each other. That's what my fry duck does too, so I'll have to turn her more. I got this from Jungle Portland Northwest Christiana as well. This is the brand new leaf. It's bigger than all the other leaves. I love it. I've been wanting one of these for a while. I paid $5 for this plant, and it's just honestly really cute. My stick. This is the Philodendron Gigas. I got this from Thailand. This is the whole new leaf right here, and it was really sick, so I had to cut off all of its leaves. I did get pictures of it before though. This new leaf looks like it also has the disease marks on it, so I'm going to probably, once it totally unfurls, cut some of the leaves off. But it's cute. The leaves when I got it were bigger than my head, so I'm really excited for it to grow back because I really don't want to lose this plant, and I'm really glad that there's 2 growth points. That makes me really happy as well. So this is my Anthurium Regulosum. I'm going to show you the good leaf, not the bad leaf. This plant requires 80% humidity to not brown. When my mom bought it for me, we only had this leaf to begin with. That's why it looks like that, because she can't keep it happy at her house. But this new leaf is just absolutely massive. Here's it compared to my hand, and compared to the old leaf as well. But it's got this texture to it. It's just like this beautiful green, and I don't know if you can tell on the spine, but the spine actually has teeny tiny little texture spots on it. So this little guy is my Anthurium Vetchii, and he is probably one of my favorite plants that I own. He got the sickness spots on his leaves, which is why he got a haircut, but he's finally getting some crinkles in, which makes me happy, and I'm really excited for him to keep putting out some more leaves. It doesn't look like we have a new spot yet, but I'm very hopeful and very excited for some new leaves soon. This is the Anthurium Forgetii. It was my very first big plant purchase. I paid $105 for this plant, and I got it from Cube House Jungle. Here's it compared to my head. You can kind of see how big the leaf is, especially this new one, even though it's super damaged. She shipped it when the new leaf had already come out, but then in the shipping process, it got really damaged. So I made a video unboxing this, so hopefully you guys have seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. Not right now, but after this video, go watch it. So this is my Philodendron Micans. Oh my god, wait, I just realized it's putting out new babies right there. Oh yay, that makes me happy. I just propagated this guy like a bunch. It's very similar to the Melanochrysum and the Gigas. They're all velvet leaf philodendrons. I would say that this is the cheapest one, and I think that it's a pretty even battle between the Gigas and the Melanochrysum for the price on that. This is my Begonia maculata whitei. I found this at a frickin' Zamzows, which if you don't know what Zamzows is, it's like Petco mixed with like Home Depot mixed with Lowe's. And you can adopt animals there. So it's really cool, but here's kind of a close-up. It's putting out new leaves like crazy right now. This begonia got really sick a while ago, and I had to cut off all of its leaves, but I really think that the new growth especially is just so beautiful, like the red leaves. I don't dare touch them anymore because I'm too scared. And the red on the back is just finally starting to come in. When the new leaves come in, they don't have the red on the back of them, but it's coming in now, and it looks really just gorgeous and sparkly. And we have a couple new leaves on this side. So we got one there, down here, And then this one's coming out of there. This itty bitty little baby leaf right there. And then, oh, there's also one coming out of here too. And then this guy. So, she's really cute. I got her for $9. People pay upwards of $50 for those plants, So this is my timer. This is a ornamental pepper plant. As you can see, it has this really pretty purple variegation. I've never seen anything like it. And this leaf specifically droops whenever I need to water my plants. So we're doing good because it hasn't drooped in a few days. And I've been watering more constantly. But yep, I always know when to water because this top leaf just... This is my Philodendron Painted Lady. I don't know the actual name. I think it's a kind of iridescens. But it does have this really kind of cool variegation on the back of this one leaf, which I like. This one's really cute, just put out a brand new leaf. It's a lot smaller than all of the other ones, so I got kind of sad about that. But I got this at Gurdon's Plant Shop in Portland, Oregon, via my mother. And it's really fun, it's really easy to take care of. Hands down, it's probably one of the easiest I've had. So this Titan is the Anthurium Superbum. It falls under the class of plants that have a leathery touch to them. They're super, really tough. They do have triangular leaf veins. I don't know if you can tell, but it's very dimensional, this leaf vein right here. It really, really sticks out. I really hope that's coming across on camera because it really... Here, you feel it, Chris.
It is coming across.
Isn't that crazy? It feels like it has a chopstick running through it.
It's a spine.
Yeah, it's wild. Oh boy, okay. This guy is a Monstera Lechleriana. I really enjoy the way that it has these really interesting fenestrations. It also came down with really horrible mealybugs about 2 months ago, so I had to really cut it, and I'm propagating them, and some will be on my Etsy. Here's the new 2 leaf stems that are coming out right now. They're super cute. They're super wet because it's very humid in here, and my plants are just always sweaty. It's cute. It's part of the One Leaf Club. I really like doing this. Now, for my favorite plant in arguably my whole collection is the Philodendron Atabapoense. I'm going to take it down just so you can see how big it is. So, this is the Philodendron Atabapoense. I got it from Gurdon's Plant Shop via FaceTime, via my mother. I saw this plant and I thought it was a Billietiae. I had no idea what the Atabapoense was until I got it from Gurdon's. I thought it was this plant. So they do have very similar stalks and they do have the long leaves, especially this one because it has the red back to it. But no, they're completely different. And I paid $85 for this plant. And I think it was worth every penny of it. It has these beautiful red leaves that come in.
Wow.
It's just so pretty. The new leaves come in so like grape colored. It kind of fades to this darker maroon color. And if you look down here, you'll see that there's a baby Poense. I just think it's the coolest plant ever. She's coming out of here. Oh, hold on, let me just throw this over my shoulder. You can see she's kind of coming through right there. So I was really, really excited to see that. She's just like, let's do a head test just for fun. We'll do it with the longest leaf. It's really freaking big. It's just the coolest plant ever. I just absolutely love it, and I can talk about it all day. We have another one in Oregon, and it makes me so happy that there's 2 in my collection. It makes me very sad that one of them is not in Boise with me. So this is the Monstera Dubia. It isn't mature yet. It's still hanging out in its baby form. I kind of doubt that it's a dubia. I kind of feel like it's a Raphidaphora climbing one of those. The dubias have a different kind of like pattern on them, so unless this one's just really immature, it's not putting out any new friends yet. I don't know if you can see the stem, but we're not getting anything yet. I think it's still just rooting, but she's doing good. This is a variegated silver sword philodendron. It's also known as the Philodendron Hastatum. Well, that's its actual name. It has this really interesting looking, honestly, it could be from a disease that it's doing that, but it almost looks like there's little tiny like light rings that are just going through it, and it's just so beautiful. This is one of the plants that got really sick, and I had to cut a lot of its leaves off. So this is an Peperomia Prostrata, mature form. I did know that this is what the plant was when I bought it. I did not buy it thinking it was a Tetrasperma like a lot of people have. I got this from eBay, and it was one of my first eBay plant buys, so it's kind of becoming less mature, but I'm hoping that the next leaf after this one will have some more. And then this next really big one, this is, you might want to back up. This is my Alocasia Phrydeck. It is massive. The leaves are 2 feet long. It's the most liked picture on my Instagram. It has like 950 likes, which is super cool. But he was one of my very first plants that I ever bought, and he is just straight up killing it. So yeah, Chris's hands are massive. You have to do it with the very bottom of the leaf. Yeah, it's 2.5 feet, and then this is right here, a little tiny spot of irrigation. A lot of people think that Alocasia Phrydeck is the name of that plant, but it's actually not. It is called the Alocasia Micholitziana, and the Phrydeck is the variegated form. So then this last big guy, before we get back to the little plants, this is just a regular old Monstera Deliciosa. This cutting is from a plant that is 75 years old, and just beautiful, from Edward's greenhouse. And this leaf didn't do so well, but it has really big leaves. Here's my hand for scale. Right there. It's massive. It's about 2 feet long and about 2.5 feet wide on the biggest leaf. Okay, now let's get back to the small plants. This little guy looks like a Billietiae. Here's a comparison. But he's actually the Philodendron Scottmorianum, something like that. He's killing it. I really hope it's actually Billietiae and that she was wrong in telling me what plant it was. He's putting out a lot of new leaves. I had to cut a bunch off because he was, again, one of the plants that got sick. But he's doing good. This next one is really exciting. So I do not like Syngonium, but I do like this Syngonium. This is the Syngonium Wendlandii. It gets 3 leaves. This is actually one of the less mature leaves, but this plant got sick, so I had to cut some off. And then I sent one to my friend, and it never showed up at her doorstep. It has this really beautiful silver streak down the middle. And again, Syngonium aren't really my thing, but it's hard to not like a plant that's as beautiful as this one. So this is the Alocasia Cuprea. It has, like the Atabapoense, a really beautiful maroon. Oh, I'm so scared to touch the leaves now. A really beautiful maroon underpiece. This is a very immature plant. Does not look like what the adult plant will look like. He's bending for the light because he's in this spot, so he's dodging all of these leaves. I got this from RA Botanicals for $90. It came with 4 leaves that all died because of the bacteria outbreak in my house. This is the very first plant I ever went on a wait list for. This is the Monstera Siltepecana. It's very tiny leaves. Normally leaves you see are like this big or so. I just cut it all the way back. It was crawling all the way up the pole, but I cut it back, and I have 25 plants that are gonna be on my Etsy, so be ready for that. So this is exciting. This is a Raphidaphora Tetrasperma. You can see she's just starting to come out. I wonder if we can unroll her. No, we won't unroll her. But she's really little. This plant was also severely affected by the bacteria outbreak. This one up here, this little stick, is a Raphidaphora Tetrasperma that I got from Plant Lovers Only, Belinda. I I did a video on that too, and like that day I touched something, and then I touched this, and I touched that, and I touched a bunch of stuff, and everything just died. So we're getting a new leaf finally, and I'm really excited about it because she's cute. Okay, this is my very first Philodendron Billietiae. Here is a comparison with the leaf maturity. You can see just between these two leaves that this one is less mature than this one. It doesn't have as many little ruffles, and even though this leaf is smaller, this leaf has more of the Billietiae look to it, and this one really has the Billietiae look, which is the one I showed you very first. But these are my two Billietiaes. I genuinely think that I could never have enough of this plant. I like that this one's so awkward. This one's so normal, but this one's like, blur. He's like an octopus. I don't have a spot for him yet because I just got him today. This is my Begonia Stormy Sunset. It has these beautiful, sparkly, reflective leaves that just shine. They're so pretty. Here's another really good leaf. It literally just sparkles. I'm also propagating a bunch of these for my Etsy, and I think you guys will be really excited for them because, I mean, look at that leaf. That's just so beautiful. The common name is Chinese money plant, but this is a Pilea Peperomioides. When I first bought it, it had two leaves and looked exactly like this, and it looks like a little alien, and I love it. I just cut off a bunch to propagate for my Etsy, and I cut it back to how it used to look when I first got it because, I mean, that is so cute. So this is my ZZ plant. It was very small when I just got it. I named it Bunny because of how it looked. It looked like a really big mother leaf with bunny ears coming out behind it. It's doing really good. Actually, I haven't looked at it in a really long time. This is the Strawberry Begonia. It is so freaking cute. I just love it. It's getting these kind of like pinker leaves right when it comes in, and on the underside of the leaves, they're bright pink, which is why it's called Strawberry Begonia. So then we have the Watermelon Peperomia, who is doing good. I cut a bunch off to propagate for my Etsy, and the ones that I cut off were like super disformed. I think it was GMO'd because this is, I mean, comparing this leaf to my hand, it was just really big. But he's putting out some new friends, so that's pretty cool. So then I have this China doll plant, who is so cute. When I got her, she was literally this big, and she gets really dramatic when she's thirsty, so I try to beat her to it because last time I lost a couple of leaves. If you want a Calathea that doesn't get crispy, this is the Calathea that you want. It has never crisped on me a single time, not even the leaves underneath, and then it has this really amazing like pattern throughout the leaves. They're just so cute. Here's all my Monstera Deliciosa cuttings. I have to put some water in here. I think I overdid the letting them dry out before you get them wet. And then here I have a Philodendron Brandtianum. I burned it. I put it right in the window. Believe it or not, you can burn things in a north-facing window. And then in a Jenna Marbles voice, welcome to the Hoya section. So this is a Hoya, I don't even know, Carnosa. I think it's just regular Carnosa. I haven't looked at my Hoyas in so long. They're really cute. This is my Hoya I hate saying this name, Pubicalyx. I think this is the splash version. So it has these like kind of gray variegation on it, and these just really long feelers. Got one tiny leaf off of this whole vine. It's very full. It looks like a bush. Hoya Carnosa Crimson. I think this is the princess. I'm always wrong. It used to have pink. It doesn't anymore. It's pretty cute. It's not a tricolor because it doesn't have pink on it anymore, but yeah, this vine has been really going. This is the Hoya australis, and I think it's a splashed one because it has the variegation on it. It's finally starting putting out new leaves. This is a brand new leaf. This is my bird of paradise. Her name is Billy. Oh my god, wait, Chris, look, it opened.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah, this has been trying to open for a really long time. There is something wrong with this plant. I think it's sick. It's been doing this, I can't even show you on camera because it won't come up, but it's been doing this weird red veining through the leaf, and I don't think that she's going to last much longer. I bought her for $40 because she was dying and I tried to save her, but I think that she's actually like sick with something. I've seen other birds of paradise do it, but I don't know. This is my Congo, my Philodendron Congo Emerald Green. I have cut his arms off many a time. He does this thing back here, I don't even know if you can see it. He's reaching around to the light. It's really funny. This is my pride and joy plant. This is my Peperomia Prostrata Cebu Blue. I absolutely adore it. I got it at Walmart for $19. I have a second one right here. This is my shop plant. That's why it's cut back so much. This guy is doing the most. I don't even know how to explain what's happening here. I think he's just getting leggy really quick. So normally the stem stops like down here, but this whole thing is the stem for this leaf, and it cracks me up. This is the Anthurium Plowmanii, and kind of similar to the other bird nest Anthurium, I just had to have it. And this root system down here is just absolutely outrageous. Philodendron Jungle Boogie. It just has these really beautiful leaves. It grows really similar to the Congo, so it's really hard to propagate. But I've also seen this listed as a tiger tooth. Oh look, we have a couple of immature leaves down here. That's cute. Our very last plant is the Philodendron Imbi. I know it's not actually called an Imbi. I've talked to McMittenmeyer about it. He said that Imbi is a different name. So I don't really know. It was sold to me as an Imbi. It has a new leaf coming out right here, and it has a new leaf coming out right there. And she's cute. I bought her for $45. I think that she's a hybrid between a Wendlandii and a Imbi. An Imbi-landii. Thank you everyone so much for watching my video. You are so supportive. Today alone I've gotten 8 subscribers, and you won't see this video for probably like 3 weeks. So just thank you so much for watching and commenting. I have just been welcomed with such insane open arms into the plant community. My plants love you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.